Okay, so everything we need is inside the chat. If you don't see it, let me know. We're using ankle weights if you have them. We're using a mini band if you have it. And then lastly, we're using that tubing. It could be with handles, it could be without handles. I'm using the FORZA body equipment, but you don't have to use that brand, and you don't even have to have equipment if you don't have it. Great, I'm gonna do, all of these things you can do body weight. I would recommend shoes. I would recommend like a yoga mat, because we will be on our knees for a couple of movements. Most of the things we're doing today are standing. So without further ado, we're going to get started. So let's find some space in our space together. Just lift the chest, open everything up. We have not started the playlist. Lift the chest, take an inhale, roll the shoulders back and down. On the exhale, clasp the hands behind the back and tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Inhale, open up the arms, exalt the chest forward, drop the shoulders into the sockets. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the back, scoop the belly, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, extend the arms. Last time, open up, exalt the chest forward, and exhale, clasp the hands behind the back, tuck the chin, tuck the tail. Good, shake it all off. We're gonna get started as a team here. So let's all make our way over to our playlist. Playlist link is in the chat. We'll hit play as a team in 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it. Once you've hit it, we come back for our warm-up. Our warm-up is super short. We're looking at about 3 minutes, and then we'll have time to put on our ankle weights is where we'll get started. So let's go ahead and bring ourselves back into our space. Feet nice and narrow. Arms are gonna sweep back as we sink into our squat. Here we go. It's sink back and rise. Inhale, exhale, inhale. Inhale, drive your hips forward for 4, 3, good, make sure those toes and knees point forward. Last one here, side squat, right, center, and left. Center, inhale down, reach those arms up. Good, you guys look great. 2 more. Last one here, jacks. If you're not jumping, it's okay. Could always be a step out to the side. Arms sweeping up. Nice. Give me 8, 6, front lunge in 4, 3, 2, right leg only. It's lunge, center, lunge. Good. 4 more. 3, 2. Last one, move it to the left. Left come forward. Left comes forward. 4 more. Inhale. Pitching the upper body slightly forward. 2 more. Last one. Bring it on down to the knees. If you need a pad underneath your knees, grab your mat. Hands underneath you. We're going to bring it into a hydrant. Right and left. Out and switch. Out and switch. Out. You've got 4. Head, neck is long. 2 and 1. From here, slide the feet forward. Bring it onto your back. Head and neck are relaxed, legs in the sky. I'm opening up, out and cross. Out and cross. Inhale, exhale, cross. If you want to come with me, head, neck, and shoulders lift. For 4. For 3. For 2. And for 1, place the feet on the floor, place the hands next to the hips, hip bridge and pulse. This is the last bit of our warm-up here. For 10, 8, shoulders and neck are long. Nice. Squeeze your seat for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down, hug the knees in, rock your way up. We're gonna put our ankle weights on first. So if you don't have ankle weights, you can just relax. We'll get going. Otherwise, if you do have them, you've got time to put them on. Take your time setting them up well. I know if I'm always in a hurry, I don't set them up well, and then it's difficult to actually do the good work. So I'm giving you ample time to set up. You've got about 20 seconds until we go. All right, ankle weights on, check. If not, no big whoop, all that stuff can be done body weight. All right, so we're gonna get started here, starting with a double hop into a deep squat. 45 seconds, begins in 3, 2, and 1. Double hop, deep squat. Double hop, deep squat. Inhale, exhale. If you're not jumping, you can heel raise, step, step, drop. Come back in, heel raise, step, step, and drop. Okay, otherwise it's 2 hops, drop. 2 hops, drop. 2 hops, drop. Good. From the side, I'm keeping my spine nice and long. 1, 2, deep squat. 1, 2, deep squat. You've got 5 seconds. 3, 2, right leg only. Front lunge, leg lift. Front lunge, leg lift. From the side, I've stepped my foot forward. I'm leaning forward. I'm lifting, I'm returning. I'm lifting, I'm returning. Lifting. Woo! I feel this in my left seat. And some of us might not feel it there, and that's okay, right? Good. Eyes and forward, shoulders are back. So this is exercise 2. We're gonna do the other side in about 8 seconds. So if one leg is starting to burn, well, welcome to the party. 2 and 1, switch the legs. So left leg will come forward. That's your start position. Lift, lift. You're using your abdominals to help you lift that knee into the heart. Standing up tall. So you're leaning forward and then standing up tall. Now your last activity is on the floor. I'm not gonna grab my mat, but if you need a mat, you're gonna lay it out for your knees. You've got about 15 more seconds here. Hands anywhere for counterbalance. Maybe they're on your hips, right? That's a great way to stay even in the hips for 5 more seconds. Woo! 3, 2, come on down to all fours. Once we're on all fours, hands underneath the shoulders. Right knee lifts, left knee lifts. So it's just like the warm-up, only we've added the resistance of the ankle weight. So it's actually 5 more pounds for me to lift per side. Can you control the weight back down to the floor and drive the hip up? Now at the end of our first set here, we're gonna get a half minute to recover. So I want you to kind of push your limits on your speed and your range of motion for the last 8 seconds. Again, from the front, my neck is long, my arms are strong. 2 and 1, sit back, shake it all off. So 30 seconds to rest. Great time to grab that quick sip of water if you need it. Otherwise, we start at the top with the double hop and drop in about 15. I'm gonna grab a quick sip of water. Not so bad, right? Good news is once these ankle weights are over, they're over. We don't see them again. So we have a second round with this. No surprises. Let me take them off. Cool? Timer starts in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Double hop, drop. Double hop, drop. Double hop. Just keep it up, right? I actually think sometimes it's a little harder to start and stop. If you can just stay the course here. I do like to put my hands in front of me for that counterbalance. But if you wanted to add arms, say you wanted to really work the arms, don't worry, we're gonna work them later, but maybe I drive them back behind me. Drive them back behind me so I really work the triceps post delts. You got 10 more seconds. Yeah, drop those hips. Front lunge on the left in 3, 2, join me on the left foot. So right leg stays stationary, left. That's my start position, lift. If you're looking for more, clap the hands underneath the thigh of the left. So when I rise up, I end up on the heel of my right. Come forward, lift. So that added bonus of core work, right? By bringing those hands underneath the thigh. Lean it, kick it. Lean it, lift and kick. Could I straighten that knee out? Sure, I just find myself like kind of losing my breath. Feel like very Destiny's Child about it. Switch your legs. Left stays stationary. Right leg takes that front lunge. That's my start. Lift and clap. Lift and clap. Holy cannoli, I feel my thigh of my right. Take a large enough step forward so that you're not way out in front of your leg, right? So you want to keep that balance in the heel of that front foot. Rise up off that foot, return to the heel. Rise up, return. It requires some core, requires some balance in the left foot. But you can do it. You were built for this. You were built for this. We're on the floor in 4, 2, and 1. Come on down to the forest position. Good, from here. Right leg, left leg. If I wanted to make it harder, maybe I extend my leg in the hydrant. So think less about speed, more about that mobility. So showing that to you from the front. I'm lifting, extending that knee. It's a lot harder because I'm taking that moment out to the side, away from my midline, to extend the knee straight or semi-straight, right? Listen, you're gonna get a full minute to rest. We'll have time to take the ankle weights off and load the body with our mini band. That is time. So sit back onto the heels and the hips, and let's take the band or the ankle weights off. Band comes on, so you have all this transition time to set up properly. Now, again, you may want a mat. I'm gonna do this today without my mat because I feel like the black mat really makes me disappear on film. So I'm just gonna work with my front leg flooring, but you might want a mat for your back. We will be on our backs, okay? So mini band, we've got about 25 more seconds. Let's go ahead and put that mini band on just above our knees. Just above our knees. We're gonna start standing and then we come down to the floor. It's 2 standing, 2 lying down. All right, my friends, shake it all off. We're gonna start standing up nice and tall with our feet together. Just breathe. We go in 7 seconds. We're gonna do an around the world tap. So right foot is gonna step forward, draw that clock, come all the way back, and switch to the left. Tap, draw it all the way across, all the way back. Step, draw it all the way, all the way. Return, step, around the world. Yeah, so it's like we're doing Eastern, Western hemispheres, yes? So this isn't necessarily mega hard, but I want you to really work on the range of the hip, right? So there's a lot of rotation in our hip joint, all the way, tap it wide. You've got 6, 5, 4, we have a more impactful movement here. Bring your feet about shoulder width apart. You're gonna give me a shuffle. So your feet are jumping front to back. Then we start to travel it to the sides of the room. If you're not jumping, stay put, take a little reverse lunge alternating. If you are jumping, can you make it bigger? Can you make it wider with your legs? Right? And another way to advance this movement is to bring your band down to your calves. Otherwise, stick to what works. I'll demonstrate that in your second round today. We're on the floor in 8. Good, come on down to your back. Band stays put here. Hands down. You're gonna lift, open, close, and release. Lift, open, close, release. Lift, open, close. Shoulders broad, neck long. Relax the face. So from the front, just so you can see what's going on with my knees, I lift, I open my knees away, I lower. You're over the halfway marker. Now, our last activity, that band moves to the calves. We stay in this lying down position. Let's finish it out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, Bring your legs up, move your band down to your calves. Good. Hands brace the head stays lifted. I lift my legs or separate my legs, tiny pulse, 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 pulse. If I wanted to make this harder, I would maybe move my legs down to 45, but my whole upper body is curling up to lift, right? So I'm not just letting my head rest, I'm actually tucking my chin, looking down the bridge of my nose towards my navel. Meanwhile, toes are pointed, pulse, 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 pulse. Good. 15 seconds left. So now you've learned everything that we're doing in this class for the second block of work. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so if you're looking for more, I'll show you a way to progress this as we move through. So go ahead and move your band back up to your thighs. Or, again, progress, right? Moving a little further. Now that band could start here. We go around the world. It's gonna be harder to push apart, but hey, that's why they call it working out, right? So feet start about hip width apart, soft knees. I tap forward, out, 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 around, and back. Stand it and switch. Tap forward, bring it around, across the hip, and return. Yeah, so we're going into that Western hemisphere. Tap, tap, tap. Make sure that band is not on your knees. So here's my knees, right? My band is not on that joint. I tap, 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 tap across the hip. Return. This is what I love about these non-slip bands is they're not slipping. It's staying put. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Move your band back up to your thighs. Move to a side. I start my shuffle. Now remember, if I wanted to make this harder, the band would be at the calves. So for me, that's just a little intense today. I also have a lot going on physically, so I'm like, sometimes you just have to be honoring where your body's at. I can demonstrate a couple of things, but then I have to bring it back. So low impact option. If you're losing your breath, you're just taking that reverse lunge. Taking that reverse lunge. So you can see me from the side. I'm pitched forward a little bit. I'm not standing totally tall and perpendicular. Good, keep the band at your thighs or move it up to the thighs. Come back to the floor. All right, hands down, hips up. Lift, open, close, release. Lift, close, lift. Yeah, tap, open, close, release, tap. Good, head, neck, and shoulders long. You're looking at the sky. Lift. Woo! I don't know about you, but I feel my hips really working right now. Glutes on fire. Press into all 4 corners of both of your feet. Listen up. Not long to go. 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. Awesome. Move that mini band back up above the thighs. Point the toes. Hands stack. Good. Pulse it out. 10. Can you curl up to get your shoulder blades off your mat? And again, if you're looking for more, I just descend the legs. If your lower back is leaving the floor, I would say come back up to 90 degrees and point those toes. From the front, I look like this. I'm pushing my feet apart, working that whole outer area. Push, 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 push. 10 more seconds, head up, looking between the window of the legs. You're in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Band comes off. You're done with that piece of equipment. We have one more piece of equipment to work with, which is the tubing with handles. If you don't have a tube with handles, that's fine. You could totally use a belt. You could use a jump rope. You could use a towel. You could use a yoga strap. You could use a TheraBand. There's no wrong answer. Okay, so I'm using the FORZA tube with handles. It is a fairly heavy band, and you can always cheat it out, meaning you can hold it way out by the handles. To make it harder, you cheat it in. If you're using something like a towel, you're just gonna give yourself the opportunity to let it be a spaghetti and then pull, right? So that's the option here if you don't have something like a resistance tube. Okay, for me, I am not gonna use a mat, but we start on our knees. So if your knees are sensitive, I would say get a mat. Good, we go in about 8 seconds. You're gonna lay your band out and then kneel on the band. I know, not nice. Then I'm gonna grab the handles with both of my hands, bring it into my heart. So you can just see this from the side. I push, release, push, push. So the band is secured underneath my feet, or underneath my knees. All of a sudden I got, 3 feet. Yeah, careful that your shoulders aren't elevating. You're just pressing that band away from the heart. Not just, this is tough stuff. So if I don't have a band, I could use dumbbells here. I could use one dumbbell. I could use a TheraBand. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come on up. Grab your band fairly wide. We're going to go around the world. So it's across, over, all the way overhead. Come back through the center, right? And now I go over to the other side. So my arms are up, and then I come back around, pulling that band apart until it's parallel, and then that right arm comes back up. Work on that shoulder mobility. I'm showing this to you as far away from the camera as I can get. Woo, shoulders pushing away from the heart. All the way overhead. 3, 2, 1. Okay, step on your band, feet together. Then I'm going to pull my band towards my hips, sink into a chair, 2 kickbacks, rise and serve. 2 kickbacks, rise and serve the plates, right? So it's kickback, medial grip, into that supinated grip. Kick back, working those arms, and rise. So I pause on the rise. My back is flat throughout this movement. We've got one more thing to learn. That band is going to be behind our back in 3, 2, and 1. Good. I'm just going to grab it, put it behind my back, palms face up. Then I'm going to lean my upper body forward, lift, bend, lift. Try not to hit your seat. I'll show this to you from the side. I'm dropping down, lifting up. Dropping down, lifting up. Yeah, maybe I touch the backs of my knees, I rise up. Pull the band apart, right? Inhale, exhale, pull. Inhale, exhale, pull. Don't worry about your speed. Just focus on that mobility of the shoulder. Keep the shoulder head down and back. 5, 4, 3, 2, and that's time. 30-minute class, we've got one more set of that. Then we stretch a doodle do. We doing okay? Thumbs up. Good. Whew. It's a little warmy boodle in here. So we're going to start in that kneeling position for the Pavlov press, right? So that's where we hold and we push. It's my least favorite thing we're doing today, but I realize how important it is because I need it. Okay, so back to our start position. Awesome, here we go. Push, push. This is it. Last time, all 4 movements. Push, upper body focus. Abs in. So if you notice your hips kind of moving around, squeeze your seat, abs in, brace. Yes! I had to throw in this Kesha track because it's a guilty pleasure, y'all. I know. Guilty pleasures. There's a couple of them in here. There's 3. Bonus, if you know the third one, I haven't mentioned it. It hasn't played yet. Wink, wink. Awesome. You're almost there. Shoulders backing down. We get to stand up here in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. We pull it apart. So starting parallel, left arm comes up diagonal, all the way to perpendicular. Let me show this to you kneeling so you can see the upper arm, right? So you can do this kneeling, right? So I'm going in all range of motion. Imagine a clock, right? I'm going to 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You got it. Oh my gosh. Abs in, abs in. I think the biggest thing is a lot of people do this, so pull it in. Maybe it's on the beat. Out, out, out. Rise to stand, or if you're already standing, that band goes underneath both of your feet. Your feet are together, chair pose. Sink it back, double pulse. Rise and serve. Sink it back, double pulse. So the triceps and curl. Triceps and curl. Take a look at your feet. I just noticed my feet were all wonky. Right? Ooh, here's the guilty pleasure number 3. Lift. Squeeze that everything together. Inner thighs, gluteals, shoulder blades. Listen, we've got one more 45-seconder, and then we're out. 8, 6, 4, 2. Time. Last challenge. Band goes behind the back, palms face up. Push it apart. Tap the legs. Oops, lost my grip. And pull. Tap and pull. Showing this to you from the back. Tap the back of the legs. Pull it apart. Tap and pull. Mandy, what if there's a lot of slack as I drop down? Can you pull that band apart? I'll show this to you with that towel. Right? So the towel could be a great way to do it. Drop down, pull it apart. There's no slack in my towel. I'm really working my post outs, my triceps. You're there in 4, 3, 2, and that's it. That's it, right? Not so bad. So, breathe. Let's make our way to our playlist, and we'll move it over to that final track. So final track. Towel off if you need it. Come back to your space. We're gonna do a quick stretch. I don't know about you, but my back is really tight. So what I'm gonna do first is bring my arms out wide. Right arm's gonna go underneath my left arm, and I'm gonna eagle wrap my arms. So I'm actually rounding my spine and elevating my elbows. Then I'm gonna round and fold myself forward. Maybe my fingertips reach for my toes, and I just kind of rock from side to side. Notice the head, neck, and shoulders. Release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Good. Release the arms and roll yourself all the way to stand. Let the head be last. Arms come back out. Left arm goes underneath the right arm this time. Round your back, tuck your seat. Elevate your elbows, tuck your chin, and roll down. Take a moment in the fold. Just kind of sway from side to side. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you need, not the head as much as you need. Release the grip of the elbows and roll to stand. Good, roll those shoulders back. Plant the left foot, take the right foot into the hand. Hug the knees together. Good, left arm reaches forward, kick back and extend that foot back. So you're pressing into the hand of the right. Switch. Balancing on the right foot. I've got you for about 10 more seconds. I'm taking it. Kick it back, lean. Breathe into it, nice little back extension. Yeah, then come back to a nice wide stance. Bend the knees, place the hands on the thighs. Round your spine. Lift it, drop the shoulder of the left. And then switch, round the spine. Drop the right. Rise up. Heel toe the feet together. Right heel down, shift the weight back, bring the toes to the face. Just turned 1, we're gonna do the other side. Last Wednesday of the summer, that's why I'm wearing this fun little like pool themed outfit. Shake it off, that's it. Join me every Monday throughout 2021 for Mondays with Mandy.